Hi there, Zamir for NerdTube. These are my thoughts and spoilers of Lioness, currently on Paramount Plus. This show stars Morgan Freeman, Nicole Kidman, as well as Zoe Saldana. But I wouldn't say those actors are the main characters of this show. That will go to Lisa de Oliveira. She plays Cruz, and she's the person we tend to follow the most, and in my opinion, has the best story arc throughout these 8 episodes. So basically, this show is about being undercover and trying to catch a terrorist. That person we follow is Cruz. In the beginning of this season, she is a young girl who has an abusive partner and cleans pots and pans for a living. After escaping her boyfriend, she ends up in the Marine Recruitment Center. We cut to 4 years later, and we kind of realize, yeah, she was natural to be a Marine. She's pretty much a badass. And on top of that, she kind of speaks Arabic and looks Middle Eastern. So it doesn't take her long to be recruited as a spy, so to speak, to infiltrate this young lady's life so she can get to this young lady's father and kill him because that father of the young lady happens to be a terrorist. Now, initially, you would think that wouldn't be a problem for a person like Cruz because she is a badass Marine, but the emotional side of things is where she really has to test herself. Physically, she's tough as fuck. She can beat anybody up. She's not scared of anyone now. The Marines have really made her into a killing machine. But during the course of her infiltration and getting to know this young girl who she befriends and ends up falling in love with, that's when the emotion really plays its part, and she gets torn to pieces, so to speak. She doesn't want to necessarily ruin her friendship, but she knows what she has to do. She has to befriend this girl to kill her father, and it's fascinating watching this. This person being a spy, so to speak, really having to play the game of a spy. Killing machine is one thing, the spy game's another, and you can realize to a degree that she's not necessarily good at this, but she seems to, at the same time, is able to pull it off reasonably well, and she does improve in it. But what she's also in as well is kind of like a kamikaze suicide mission, because if she does pull off killing this terrorist, there's very little likelihood that she'll come out of the scenario that she's in alive. And that also makes it very fascinating. So her arc is probably the best arc of this show. Other characters like Zoe Saldana, even though she's a fantastic actress, and I do enjoy everything that she's been in the past, I don't really care about her storyline. She basically plays a badass mum. She's constantly out of the house killing people all over the fucking world, but she's never at home trying to bring up her kids. She leaves that to her doctor husband, who does so. So much so that one of her kids has an accident. She can't really be there to basically comfort and nurture her kid because she's away doing missions all the fucking time, basically becoming like a surrogate mum to the character of Cruz, who's undercover in this mission. We get other jarheads as well in this, who make up the rest of this sort of Marine sort of group, this contingent, all high-fiving each other and got each other's backs and stuff like that. All recognizable faces in Taylor Sheridan's universe of television shows that you've seen in the past, because this show is also written by Taylor Sheridan. And we got the sort of like espionage angle going on within the government of whether they should kill this terrorist or not, because if they do, things like the prices of oil might go up, because this guy, even though he's a terrorist, he happens to be an oil baron as well. So there's various things mixed in all of this, and it's shot really well. It's done really well. It's stuff you've kind of seen before with these sort of Americana style of shows, but it's just nevertheless still reasonably enthralling, because you're following this character Cruz overall, which just makes all the other subplots palatable, because Cruz's story is just so engrossing, seeing how she ends up getting out of the situation, if she does get out of the situation, once she gets into the situation. And yeah, I did like it. I would recommend this show to a lot of people who like stuff like this sort of undercover game, this cat and mouse sort of stuff. 8 episodes seems just about right. A decent amount of storytelling as well. Subplots are okay, but yeah, another hit by Taylor Sheridan. I have to say, the guy can't do any wrong. It'll be Yellowstone, Mayor of Kingstown, the Yellowstone prequels, now this. Yeah, he seems to have the Midas touch when it comes to writing television shows, and long may it continue. So far, everything I've seen on Paramount Plus when it comes to TV shows has been great. I'll throw in Rabbit Hole as well. I recommend that. Yeah, good stuff. So I'm gonna give The Lioness an 8 out of 10 for season one. It was I watched it every week. I did enjoy it, and I would recommend it if this is the sort of thing you kind of enjoy watching. Especially with the cast involved as well. Some shows on Netflix and various other streaming platforms can be hit and miss. I would say there's a lot of misses on Netflix at the moment. But if you do have Paramount Plus, I think you're going to be kind of surprised with how many hits you're going to be getting, because it seems to be kind of endless for me so far. So I can't wait to see the next show on this particular streaming service, because I'm hoping the level of the standards of being enjoyable stuff to watch continues, because this show was definitely something that I enjoyed watching. As I said earlier, 8 out of 10. Let me know what you think of The Lioness if you've seen it, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube. We're on TikTok and YouTube. We are the greatest channel you never heard of. Take care. Bye bye.